I didn't have a choice. It got bad when I was about 15 years old because when all the stuff my whole life was going to be taken away from me. I go on my Twitter and I see people saying, "You look like you have AIDS."
In the ever-evolving landscape of celebrity culture, few names resonate as powerfully as Sean Diddy Combs. A towering figure in music, fashion, and entrepreneurship, Diddy has long been a subject of fascination and speculation. Known for his larger-than-life persona and unparalleled influence in the entertainment industry, he has consistently captured public attention, not just for his creative achievements, but also for the controversies that seem to trail him. Recently, however, a new chapter has unfolded in the ongoing saga surrounding his legacy. In an unprecedented move, Diddy has broken his silence regarding Usher's explosive testimony in the Aaron Carter case, a development that has sent shockwaves through both the media and the public. This revelation comes at a pivotal moment, with fans and critics alike eager to understand the truth behind decades of rumors and allegations. For years, whispers about Diddy's personal life and professional dealings have circulated, often overshadowing his accomplishments. Yet, this latest twist adds a layer of complexity to an already intricate narrative. What exactly did Usher reveal, and how does it connect to the late Aaron Carter? How will Diddy's response shape perceptions of his role in these events? These questions loom large as the world watches one of its most enigmatic figures step into the spotlight once more. As we delve deeper into this unfolding drama, it becomes clear that this is not merely another celebrity scandal. It is a moment of reckoning, one that could redefine how history views Diddy's place in the pantheon of cultural icons. With stakes this high, the story demands careful scrutiny, offering a rare opportunity to separate fact from fiction and uncover the truth behind the headlines. Usher's testimony in the Aaron Carter case has emerged as a cornerstone of the unfolding drama, shedding light on previously undisclosed aspects of Diddy's private and professional life. During his deposition, Usher recounted interactions with Diddy that spanned several decades, painting a picture of a relationship marked by both collaboration and tension. One of the most striking revelations involved claims of alleged misconduct during studio sessions in the early 2000s, where Usher reportedly witnessed incidents that raised concerns about Diddy's behavior toward younger artists, including Aaron Carter. According to Usher, these encounters were characterized by a pattern of manipulation and coercion, with Diddy allegedly leveraging his immense influence to maintain control over those around him. Specific details from Usher's account include alleged after-hours gatherings at Diddy's properties, which Usher described as environments where boundaries were often blurred and consent seemed ambiguous. He further alleged that Diddy used his position to pressure individuals into compromising situations, sometimes under the guise of career advancement. While Usher refrained from making outright accusations of criminal wrongdoing, his testimony hinted at systemic issues within Diddy's inner circle, suggesting a culture of intimidation and exploitation. The significance of Usher's testimony lies not only in its content, but also in its source. As a globally recognized artist and former collaborator of Diddy's, Usher's credibility carries substantial weight. His willingness to speak out, despite potential risks to his own reputation, underscores the gravity of the allegations. Moreover, his account aligns with patterns observed in other testimonies involving Diddy, reinforcing the notion that these are not isolated incidents but part of a broader narrative. By bringing these claims into the public domain, Usher has set the stage for a critical examination of Diddy's conduct, both past and present, and challenged the myth of invincibility that has long surrounded the music mogul. In response to Usher's damning testimony, Diddy has issued a staunch denial, presenting his side of the story with characteristic resolve. Through a series of carefully orchestrated statements and interviews, he has sought to dismantle the allegations while reaffirming his innocence. Diddy's defense hinges on three key arguments: the lack of concrete evidence supporting Usher's claims, the possibility of ulterior motives driving the accusations, and his own track record as a mentor and advocate for young talent. First, Diddy has emphasized the absence of tangible proof to corroborate Usher's account. He argues that the allegations rely heavily on hearsay and subjective interpretation, lacking documentation or eyewitnesses beyond Usher himself. Words without facts are just noise, Diddy stated in a recent interview, asserting that the burden of proof lies with those leveling the accusations. This rhetorical strategy aims to cast doubt on the credibility of the claims, urging the public to question whether they are based on verifiable events or mere conjecture. Second, Diddy has suggested that there may be hidden agendas fueling the controversy. While stopping short of directly accusing Usher, he subtly implied that the timing of the testimony amid heightened scrutiny of his personal life raises suspicions about opportunism. People always have something to gain, he remarked cryptically, hinting at potential financial or reputational incentives behind the allegations. By framing the narrative as potentially motivated by self-interest, Diddy seeks to shift focus away from the substance of the claims and onto the character of their source. Finally, Diddy has leaned into his long-standing reputation as a champion of emerging artists, portraying himself as a misunderstood figure whose contributions to the industry far outweigh any unfounded accusations. He highlighted his role in launching the careers of icons like the Notorious Big, Mary J. Blige, and Lil' Kim, arguing that his legacy speaks for itself. "I've spent my life lifting others up, not tearing them down," he declared, positioning the allegations as an affront not just to him personally but to his broader mission of empowerment. Through these strategies, Diddy has crafted a multifaceted defense designed to challenge the credibility of the claims, question the motivations of those involved, and remind the public of his enduring impact on the music world. Whether this approach will sway opinion remains to be seen, but it underscores his determination to protect his legacy in the face of mounting scrutiny. To fully comprehend the implications of Usher's testimony, it is essential to examine the life and tragic death of Aaron Carter, whose story intersects with Diddy's in ways that deepen the intrigue surrounding the allegations. Carter, who rose to fame as a child pop star in the late 1990s, was thrust into the limelight at an age when vulnerability often outweighs agency. His meteoric rise brought him into contact with influential figures in the entertainment industry, including Diddy, whose Bad Boy records dominated the era's music scene. Reports suggest that Carter admired Diddy and sought his guidance, viewing him as a mentor capable of elevating his career beyond the confines of teen pop stardom. However, this relationship allegedly took a darker turn, with sources close to Carter claiming that he became entangled in environments where his youth and naivety were exploited. The circumstances surrounding Carter's untimely death in November 2022 further complicate the narrative. Found dead in his California home at the age of 34, his passing was ruled an accidental drowning, exacerbated by the presence of sedatives in his system. While authorities deemed it a tragic accident, lingering questions remain about the factors that contributed to his struggles with mental health, addiction, and financial instability. Friends and family have since spoken about Carter's battles with depression and anxiety, attributing some of his difficulties to experiences earlier in his career. Among the accounts are references to alleged encounters with powerful industry figures, including Diddy, during which Carter reportedly felt pressured to conform to expectations that compromised his well-being. Usher's testimony appears to corroborate these claims, suggesting that Carter's experiences were not isolated incidents, but rather part of a broader pattern within Diddy's orbit. By drawing attention to the intersection of Carter's vulnerabilities and Diddy's influence, Usher's account underscores the potential consequences of unchecked power dynamics in the entertainment industry. If true, these allegations paint a troubling picture of how young artists, particularly those navigating the pressures of fame, can become ensnared in systems that prioritize profit over protection. Carter's tragic trajectory, from child prodigy to struggling adult, serves as a sobering reminder of the human cost behind such narratives, amplifying the urgency of addressing the systemic issues at play. The reverberations of Usher's testimony and Diddy's subsequent defense have sparked a wide spectrum of reactions across the entertainment industry and the public sphere, highlighting the polarizing nature of the allegations. Within the music community, responses have ranged from cautious support for Diddy to calls for accountability and transparency. Veteran artists like Jay-Z and Mary J. Blige, who have long-standing ties to Diddy, have largely refrained from direct commentary, opting instead for measured expressions of solidarity. In contrast, emerging voices have been more vocal, with some younger musicians using social media platforms to amplify concerns about the treatment of vulnerable artists in the industry. Rapper No Name, known for her outspoken advocacy, tweeted, "The system protects predators because it benefits from their success. We need to talk about this openly." Such statements reflect a growing demand for systemic change, and greater accountability among industry gatekeepers. Public sentiment has proven equally divided, with fans and observers engaging in heated debates online. On platforms like Twitter and Reddit, hashtags such as #Justice for Aaron Carter and #Believe Survivors have trended alongside counter-arguments defending Diddy's legacy. Supporters point to his philanthropic efforts and contributions to hip-hop culture, framing the allegations as attempts to tarnish an otherwise celebrated career. Critics, however, argue that dismissing these claims undermines the importance of addressing abuse of power. Polls conducted by entertainment news outlets indicate a generational divide in perceptions, with older audiences tending to view Diddy through the lens of nostalgia, while younger demographics express skepticism about his past actions. The media's role in shaping the narrative cannot be overstated. Outlets like TMZ and Billboard have amplified every twist and turn, often prioritizing sensationalism over nuance. Meanwhile, investigative journalists have worked to piece together timelines and corroborate testimonies, adding layers of complexity to the discourse. Documentaries and podcasts exploring the intersection of fame, exploitation, and accountability have surged in popularity, signaling a cultural reckoning. This multifaceted response underscores the challenges of navigating high-profile controversies in an era defined by rapid information dissemination and shifting societal values. The legal ramifications of Usher's testimony and Diddy's response extend far beyond the immediate fallout of the Aaron Carter case, raising significant questions about liability, precedent, and the broader implications for the entertainment industry. Should the allegations gain traction in a court of law, Diddy could face serious legal consequences, including civil lawsuits or even criminal charges. The crux of the matter lies in whether sufficient evidence emerges to substantiate claims of misconduct, coercion, or exploitation. Legal experts have noted that statutes of limitations may pose challenges, particularly given the timeline of events referenced in Usher's account. However, if corroborating witnesses or documentation come to light, the case could evolve into a landmark proceeding that tests the boundaries of accountability for high-profile figures in the entertainment sector. Beyond individual culpability, the case has the potential to set a precedent for how similar allegations are handled in the future. Historically, powerful industry players have often evaded scrutiny due to a combination of influence, resources, and systemic protections. A successful prosecution or even a credible investigation could signal a turning point, empowering other victims to come forward and prompting reforms in how abuse of power is addressed within creative industries. For instance, labor advocates have called for stricter oversight of working conditions for young artists, emphasizing the need for safeguards against predatory practices. Moreover, the outcome of this case could reshape public trust in institutions that govern the entertainment world. Regulatory bodies like the Recording Industry Association of America, RIA, and unions representing performers may face increased pressure to adopt transparent policies and enforce ethical standards. The ripple effects could also manifest in corporate sponsorships and in partnerships, as brands reassess their associations with figures embroiled in controversy. In essence, the stakes extend beyond Diddy's personal fate, touching on the integrity of an entire industry and its ability to adapt to evolving societal expectations. The allegations surrounding Diddy and the fallout from Usher's testimony represent a pivotal moment in the ongoing evaluation of his legacy. Once celebrated as a visionary who redefined music and entrepreneurship, Diddy now faces a reckoning that threatens to overshadow his monumental contributions. The dichotomy between his groundbreaking achievements and the disturbing claims against him underscores the complexities of separating art from artist. While his innovations in hip-hop culture and business acumen remain undeniable, the unresolved questions about his conduct raise profound ethical concerns. As public discourse intensifies, the ultimate verdict on Diddy's place in history will hinge not only on the resolution of these allegations but also on how he chooses to address them moving forward. Will he seek redemption through accountability, or will the shadows of controversy persistently cloud his storied career? Only time will tell.